An African village folktale of disguise, betrayal, and hidden truth. Sunset over a peaceful African village near a deep forest. Drums play softly. In the village of Nkosa, where the trees speak and spirits walk, stories are more than legends. The villagers obey the old ways, respect the forest, and fear the wrath of the gods and witch doctors. This is the tale of the leopard's false bride. The village of Nkosa stirred with curiosity when a stranger arrived, a tall, striking man named Okilo, draped in red kent and gold rings, claiming to be a wealthy traveler from the eastern clans. His skin gleamed like the wet bark of an iroko tree, his voice smooth, his smile irresistible. Women swooned. Elders nodded in cautious approval. He built a small hut near the forest edge and kept to himself, except when he gazed longingly at Nondi, the blacksmith's daughter, whose beauty was said to rival the moon's reflection in river water. Soon, Okilo proposed marriage to Nondi. He brought rare spices, shimmering fabrics, and a pair of carved ivory anklets said to protect brides from spiritual harm. Nondi's family, tempted by his riches, agreed. But Nondi's grandmother, old Mama Yora, warned. A man who offers gifts from the deep forest brings more than love. Yet the wedding was held under the baobab tree, drums beating, villagers dancing. Nondi wore the ivory anklets. Okilo's smile stretched too wide, too many teeth, Mama Yora thought. Strange things began happening after the wedding. At night, villagers heard low growls echoing from the forest. Livestock disappeared. Scratch marks appeared on trees and doors. Nondi began waking up with strange bruises and the smell of blood in her dreams. Mama Yara whispered prayers to the ancestors. One day, she followed Okilo into the forest, and what she saw sent her running barefoot through thorn bushes, weeping and chanting warnings. During a village feast meant to celebrate the harvest and the couple's first moon together, Mama Yora interrupted with a bowl of sacred palm oil and white chalk. She smeared a mark across Okilo's forehead and cried, "Show yourself, beast of the cursed night." Before all, Okilo's body twisted, cracked, and changed, fur rippled across his skin, claws burst from his fingers, and his face elongated into a sharp muzzle snarl. He was a leopard, not a man. The villagers screamed. Warriors raised spears. But Nondi stood still, her eyes locked with his, not in fear, but heartbreak. Before the spears could fly, the leopard spoke. His voice was heavy with sorrow, deeper than any human's, as he bowed before Nondi and the elders. "I am not your enemy. I was once a man, until I betrayed my kin." The villagers froze. Even Mama Yora was silent. "I am Kolu, cursed by the witch doctor of Mount Mboko, condemned to walk as a leopard until I learned remorse." Years ago, Kolu had been human, a warrior who rose to power in his forest clan. In greed and arrogance, he betrayed his brother to outsiders, causing the death of his entire family. In punishment, a powerful witch doctor cursed him to wear the skin of his greed. "You will walk among the humans you once envied," said the witch doctor, "but none will see you truly until the one you love sees your pain." The forest took him in. For years, he wandered, half leopard, half man, until he saw Nondi and dared to hope again. The elders debated. Some cried for death. Others saw the truth: the curse had not made Kolu cruel, it had made him mournful. The crimes of the past were real, but so was the grief that followed. Nondi, though shaken, said softly, "He may be cursed, but he loved me as no beast would." Even Mama Yora, after burning protective herbs, said, A curse brought him here, but perhaps love is his way out. Kolu was brought to the shrine of the ancestors. Nondi stood beside him, ivory anklets glowing faintly. She placed a calabash of river water at his paws and whispered, "May truth purify what love cannot erase." As the first drop touched his fur, Kolu collapsed. His form shimmered, not back to human, but into a softer, smaller leopard with blue markings over his eyes, a symbol of spiritual cleansing. Kolu left Nkosa quietly the next morning, vanishing into the woods. Every moon, Nondi walks alone to the forest edge and leaves a carved piece of ivory by the rocks. Sometimes, in the morning, it is gone. To this day, the villagers tell the story of the leopard's false bride, but not as a warning of monsters. They tell it as a reminder. Even beasts may be victims. Even curses may break. And sometimes, love sees the truth beneath the claws. If you enjoyed this tale, like, subscribe, and share for more African fantasy stories. Stories are not just told, they are lived. Until the next tale, travel safe.